Hi, I'm Ashley Park with IdeateTV, and I'm here with Paul Schulick, who is the founder of New Chapter. Paul, I'm a really big fan of your products. I actually use them myself.
Oh, sweet.
And so I want to know what inspired you to create this company?
My father. My dad was a pediatrician, and I went on my first house call when I was 4 years old. And I always wanted to be like my dad. When I was in college, I was pre-med, but I didn't have the same kind of positive experiences with modern medical solutions as I did with herbal remedies. So I said, Dad, I love you very much, but I want to be an herbalist. I don't want to be a medical doctor. And so that's what I ended up doing.
Awesome. Well, why vitamins? Why supplements? What really drew you in?
I think the idea that you could integrate a small amount of a substance like ginger, for example, if you just chew on a little bit of ginger, what it does in your body, it turns all the signals on. So even if you're a little bit sluggish in digestion, just one bite of a little bit of ginger can make a huge difference. I wrote a book on ginger pretty much after having that type of experience.
That's amazing. Well, your company's been around for over 30 years now. What is it that has, in your perspective, what is it that has kept you guys going for so long?
What we refer to as the wisdom of nature. It's like a mantra. Each time you say it, you feel like you are almost invoking a higher energy. And so that really inspires me and a lot of other people because we stay very faithful to the principles of what I formulate with, and acknowledging science, acknowledging tradition, bringing light, making contributions. These are all our core fundamental principles.
Definitely. And what separates your product from other vitamins and supplements on the market?
There's a number of vitamins and supplements that are on the market that have very similar intention that we do. I think the most important thing, Ashley, is I make the products for myself. I never made them to make money. It's such a key difference if your motivation is healing versus your motivation is profit. Doesn't mean you can't make profit. Ultimately, New Chapter has succeeded, but it never succeeded because my attention was on making money. It was always, I would say, to heal myself, my family, friends, and then everybody benefited from it. So companies that are solely dedicated to healing, they're very much like New Chapter. The other philosophy that's a little bit perhaps different is almost a fanatical commitment to capturing that wisdom or harnessing that wisdom of nature. And that's, I think, been a key differential. Many companies may take, for example, one of my favorite herbs, like turmeric, and they'll take out some of the key components of a turmeric rather than delivering the whole extract of turmeric. So that's a differential in terms of the herbs, and in terms of the vitamins, a key differential is we deliver the vitamins in the context of food, in the context of cultured food. And I've done many studies or have written a book actually on fermentation. And so when you convert milk into yogurt, cabbage into sauerkraut, soybeans into miso, you're creating really a magical health food. And so I've aspired to do that with vitamins and minerals and to deliver herbs in the same package.
Okay, how did you come up with the concept for your products?
Many of the products were from my own individual interests and from members of my family. So a member of my family, for example, had like many families, had cancer. And so I had to address some of the issues that were surrounding that, and a lot of lifestyle efforts in terms of reducing sugar and exercising more, and then also looking at supplements which might help support and nourish a challenged system. By the way, almost everyone is living with a challenged system these days. So
Without a doubt.
that's the role of supplements.
Now, what do you think when people take your vitamins? What kind of diet do you recommend that they maybe follow to, supplement supplements?
I am actually more and more interested in our ancestral diets. I've seen some of the writers in the field refer to them as why one writer calls it pagan diets, a combination of vegan and Paleolithic. So kind of eating more like our ancestors ate. The more I read about grains, the more I try to limit the amount of grains in my diet, and and also recommend to other people lots of fresh vegetables, fresh fruits, seeds, and nuts, and sustainably raised animals, whatever, and particularly Alaskan fish.
Sounds like great advice.
Beans, yeah.
Definitely. Well, I'm definitely going to have to take that to heart. Can you tell me about... Exactly. Okay, can you tell me about some of the products you have on the market right now?
Yes. One of our most popular products is called Zyflamend. It's what I would call, you've taken it. Well, that is what I would call a multi-herbal. It's the best, after all my years of research, it is the best combination of 10 herbs I could come up with that would be the herbs you want to take on a daily basis. And the impact of it is fairly dramatic because you're taking herbs like green tea and turmeric and ginger, rosemary. These herbs have been researched in many, many institutions around the world. And if they're properly extracted and properly sourced, they can deliver immense healing benefits.
Awesome. I'm glad to hear that I've been taking such a great product.
And then I would say our Every Man, Every Woman, our multivitamin mineral herbal blends are also very, very popular, and we have a bone strength formulation called Bone Strength Take Care, which is a combination of an algae, a lithothymnium calcareum, combined with a supercritically extracted vitamin K2 and a fermented vitamin D3. And the impact of that on the cardiovascular system and on the structural system is quite dramatic.
Awesome. If you could choose a few vitamins that you think everyone should just take daily, what would you pick?
In terms of a multivitamin, anything. Well, I think you want to make sure you're getting vitamin K2. It's a fermentation, it's a metabolite of fermentation. So when you eat cheese or you eat natto, do you ever try natto? No. What culture are you from?
I'm half Korean, half Caucasian.
In Korean, you would find natto. It would be very, very prevalent there. So the cultured foods, you want to eat as much of the nutrients from the cultured foods, and vitamin K2 is one of those types of nutrients that comes from cultured soybeans. So in terms of other vitamins, I think that it's really, you got to make sure your minerals like selenium and chromium are in a cultured form so that they're easy to digest and gentle on the stomach. Then I understand that around 110,000 women die each year during childbirth because of a deficiency of iron. So you want to make sure you're getting iron in a bioavailable cultured form. Research shows that when you take iron in shoyu, in tamari, it enhances its bioavailability. So trace minerals are very, very important. You have to eat about 50 apples today to get the same amount of iron that you took in one apple 50 years ago. You have to eat 4 times the amount of broccoli today than you did 50 years ago to get the same amount of calcium. So you want to be really sure you're getting bioavailable and easy to digest minerals and vitamins.
That's very great advice. Thank you. Lastly, if there's anything you want anyone to know about your products, what is it?
I would say is rely upon your instincts. The Western notion that you can take 10 oranges and reduce oranges to one compound called ascorbic acid or vitamin C is the biggest dupe that we've all fallen prey to. The orange has hundreds of compounds in it that are beneficial to us, and we don't know why. Turmeric has hundreds of compounds, and we don't know why it has such a healing effect. We think it's curcumin, but there's hundreds, if not thousands, of compounds that are beneficial. So have faith in the wisdom of nature and look inside yourself.
I love that. Words of wisdom from Paul right here of New Chapter. Thank you so much, Paul.
Thank you, Ashley. Real pleasure.
I'm Ashley Park with IdeateTV.